Lou Shapiro. Can you hear me, first of all?
Yeah, I hear you and see you fine. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you so much. I want to ask you the first impression to you as to what happened in this resentencing hearing. Were you surprised by it, by the
Well, it's
result?
certainly a surprise to everybody because the Menendez brothers story has been captivating much of this country for many years. And there's been many attempts for the Menendez brothers to try to petition for some type of leniency. And every time they try, it falls on deaf ears. So today was a real turning point for them. And the fact that the judge early on did not allow the prosecution to withdraw their motion for resentencing. This is, again, it was initiated by DA Gascon. And
Right.
then when DA Hochman took over, he tried to withdraw it. And the judge said, I'm not letting you withdraw it. We are proceeding with this hearing. That was a very encouraging first point to the defense. And they just took it all the way to the finish line today.
What do you think, as a criminal justice attorney, what was the turning point for the brothers? In other words, what convinced the judge?
Well, oftentimes these types of motions do come down to a sympathetic judge versus one that just doesn't want to hear it. And hats off to this judge for being able to really just look at the case in his own fair and partial way and find that the Menendez brothers, under this California Youth Authority law, have demonstrated enough rehabilitation and remorse to be considered for parole. It was a bold move by a judge. I don't know that other judges would have done the same thing, but the fact that he did it, it says something about this judge, and it says something to anybody else who is in a similarly situated position, that they were 26 or younger at the time of something like this, and they can show that they've turned their life around, that they've learned from their errors, and they're willing to formulate a new path forward. It gives them hope today as well.
Now, you know, he could have actually came back with a lesser sentence, and the brothers could have been released today.
Yeah, he could have gone for a manslaughter. That's what the defense ultimately wanted. But I think they will settle for the silver prize in this one, because the silver prize may actually be the gold one. Because now that the judge has said that these Menendez brothers, who were before this hearing not eligible for parole, it was a life without parole sentence, now they are eligible for parole. And because they have served that necessary time, they are now eligible to go before a parole board and make that pitch. And they have a very good chance at it based on what happened today moving forward.
Yeah, and that clemency date has already been set for June 13th. Let me ask you this question, Mr. Shapiro, and you sort of referenced it about what this will mean for other people, other defendants, if you will. Is this going to open a door, you think, for people to come and try to get their sentences, lessened? And on the other side of that, what about some of the family members or people that feel that the criminal justice system has failed them?
So this is going to bring up several emotions to people that are similarly situated, that are going to try to take advantage of the youth offender parole law, which passed a few years ago. It gives them hope, it gives them optimism, and they are going to take their best steps to try to get into the same position that the Menendez brothers did today. But there's also going to be a large camp on the other side that is going to say, the Menendez brothers are getting unfair treatment because of the high profileness of their case, the fact that a Netflix documentary has recently been released. And if there was a documentary on my case and everyone could hear everything that I went through in my life, then maybe I would get a second chance at it. So I think there's going to be two different reactions to this, very polarized, as we see like many things in this country right now. So I would expect that on both camps.
Well, Lou Shapiro, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us your insight into this huge case. As you said, historic, 1989, and here we are at 2025, and the brothers are eligible for parole and likely will be released June 13th. Thanks again, Mr. Shapiro.
You got it. Thank you.